Hello, hi Ludo, hi Starcelyn. Why does it always like remove the spaces I have between the emote and the letters? It's so garbage because it doesn't really show up that way on OBS. How am I doing? I am extremely energetic and I've been up since 4 a.m. Not been able to sleep. I laid in bed for like 2 hours. I didn't sleep for a fucking bit of it, according to my watch and according to my memory. So that's so fun. Hold on. I need to go up. Hold on. Sorry, I was messing with my mic arm and I didn't want to do it while unmuted. I want this somewhere. This is a good palette to have. The color history palette. I just never use. Oh, maybe that's why I don't use your ass. Look at how small you are. What the fuck? View. Extra large, please. There we go. Maybe not extra large if it's not gonna large tiles. There we go. Beautiful. How are you doing, Ludo? Oh, that's adorable. I'm gonna save this one. I think I was showing someone how to draw natural hair. God, I choked on my own spit. Fluffy hair. I'm starting to understand the strong presence of open eyes in this channel. Oh, because I don't sleep. No, I do sleep. If I have caffeine before bed and I had it at 8:30 and I already had an energy drink at 4 and it was a double espresso, I went to bed fine at midnight. Like, I was exhausted. I woke up at 4 a.m. Haven't been able to go back to sleep. I get up early when I have caffeine late at night, which I guess if I need to go like anywhere, maybe that's a good thing to do, is go have some coffee before I go to bed and then wake up 4 to 6 hours later, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, because don't know why it does that, but that's where we're at. I wanted to work, I think, on Ube's PNG tuber. I've been having such bad voice dysphoria. I'm not right now that much. But like I was practicing, I almost hurt my voice the other night. Because I was so dysphoric, dude. Ooh, God, sorry, this hurts. This hurts my eyes as much as it hurts yours. That's close enough. Okay, and then maybe, is that all the accoutrements she needs? I have a puref open. Not this character though. Because like, while that is, I do want to get that done. That's not the highest priority because I've listed everything that's high priority. And I'm too energetic to study. And my ass is out of my mood stabilizer. I don't know how or when or why. But I looked in it last night and I was like, wait a minute, there's only like 3 in here. That's doesn't seem right. And then I realized that my mood stabilizer wasn't in it. Now I don't know how long I've been out of it because I don't recall. Usually when I'm filling up my meds thing for the week, I'll be like, oh, okay, by this day I'm gonna be out. I really need to get my refill. I don't remember that. So I'm like, have I just been out of it all fucking week and I didn't realize? Like, is that where I'm at in my life? Is I've just been not manic, but like maybe that's why I was like visibly shaking the other day. It's because I was having withdrawals and I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. I'm just sitting here like, hmm, you know, smart. I'm so smart. I think I was busy when I was filling them up, and I just didn't. Like, I was streaming and I just didn't make a mental note of it somehow. I don't even think I consciously realized. I probably was just like, huh, well, this is all I can find, so here we go. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened, but okay, I don't need this. I need to look at the outfit. We don't need shoes, thank goodness. I don't think we're gonna do a bag. We got a little pearl necklace, little earrings. Alright. Also, if I break out into an accent, that's just because I don't know, I've just been speaking in patois more, even just like talking to myself. Just trying to be comfortable, I guess. I don't know. It's like both. And oh my god, I was listening to dancehall music yesterday morning. Now that got me started. I was tired as fuck, but that actually got me started. I was like, hell the fuck, yes, let's go. I was waiting for Chili to pick me up because Chili was gonna take me to school because we were having some scheduling issues with the car. So she very graciously took me to school. Very sweet. I was sad though because I had to leave by 7 because she wanted to leave, and I was like, oh. I mean, 7's really fucking late. Don't get me wrong, but someone had only showed up at like 6, and so I was kind of sad. I was like, oh. But like our gang is back together from fall. Like people are back. A lot of our friends are back. And we're making new friends. We made one over the summer, and then I just made one the other day. And I'm just like, yes, we are drawing people in. Oh, and I've realized I'm extremely puppy energy. Like, especially, I guess, when I'm off my meds, too. Extremely puppy energy. Because, like, I had to introduce myself and like mingle with my speech class, and I did fucking fantastic, and 2 of the other people are also kind of extroverty, and I was like, hell yes. But even the introvert liked me, and I was like, yes, bitch, let's go, let us go. Yes. But yes, and well, the other guy is like, I don't know, he gives gay, so I was just like, yes. And then there's another guy that gives gay in history, and he is also a theater kid, so I don't know. I'm like, I think he's deaf gay. And then if not, like, damn, like you might need to tone it down a little bit if you're not, like, because the ladies here, man, they don't fuck with that shit. So oh, and I have another friend that reads is gay, but he's like, I'm not gay, and I'm like, every single person that has seen him on campus is like, that guy's gay. And I'm just like, that's insane. That's insane, dude. I don't clock him as gay, but he watches this. He's been watching a lot of Hajime no Ippo. Like, he's obsessed with it, and I'm just like, that just looks like bara men fighting, so I don't know if that does anything for your case, sir. Um, let's see. So, like, rather than how he presents or acts, instead, I'm just like, you're watching too many buff men fighting. That's the ringer for me. Like, they're buff, shirtless men fighting. I'm just like you're not helping your case, buddy. He's so sweet, though. He's so sweet. The theater kid, Chili doesn't like for some reason. She doesn't like his vibe. And I was like, really? There's nothing wrong with his vibe to me. Just I explained my interpretation of him, which is like he's kind of outgoing and flamboyant, but not exactly friendly. And I was like, that's all right. Because if he was friendly, like my interest in him would have like already started up a conversation, right? I think I'm gonna sit by him next time. Because the guy I was sitting by, like, I've been switching up seats a little bit in history because I don't know where to sit. Guy I was sitting beside was cheating off me with my notes. I didn't mind the notes. I was gonna ask him if he needed help at the end of class. This motherfucker starts cheating off me during the quiz. I was like, ain't no way. On a quiz where the professor was like, you don't get a bad grade if you just didn't watch the thing, he still cheated off my ass and was like, well, it's better than nothing. I was like, no, the professor asked for nothing if you didn't watch it, dude. What the fuck? You watched half of it, and I was just like, dude, then just write down, I only watched half. Just like, be honest. And I was like, okay, so you're gonna be a problem in the semester if this quiz was something you wanted to cheat off of. So nah, fam, I'm moving seats. Hell the fuck no. Because like most of shonen these days is buff shirtless guys fighting. Hajime no Ippo is old, first of all. It's very old, I think. It looks like it's from the 90s at least. Maybe early 2000s. If you've not seen Hajime no Ippo, you know? Okay. I don't know about the newer ones. All I have seen in newer from newer anime has been like the more twink sized ones, not really buff Baramen. Hajime no Ippo looks very like they're not super buff, but for an anime they're pretty buff. No, never mind, they're super buff. They're super buff. I'm just like buff men fighting, and I'm like, doesn't inherently make you gay. It's just like the other things adding to it. I'm like, homie, that is not helping your case. Like he had a really adorable profile on Instagram too that was so girly that I was like, did Rafa come out as trans or something? Like genuinely. Oh, I said their name, but it's okay. It's not like not even their legal name. So, but oh, I don't have a nickname for that one actually. I have to look at my folder to find out the nickname for the other one. I hope he doesn't find that one offensive because he's got my Twitch. Hold on. That Icarus. Let me just type in Icarus, since that should make it come up. Icarus. We got. Ah, yes, Pancake. Ah! I named him Reginald. That's hilarious. Reginald. His name gives Reginald. It's just not at all Reginald, but it has like that same like kind of like posh sound to it. I love that I gave him Reginald. And then one of them's Skull Candy. That's hilarious. I gotta make one for that one I just mentioned. I don't know though. I know socks. Wait, I think I'm cleaning this up too much. This needs a second sketch. What am I doing? Still far too clean for the second pass. How are you doing, buddy? Buddy, why did I say buddy? I never say buddy. But how you doing, man? Anyone who I did not ask how you're doing, I do want to know how you're doing. Sometimes I just don't always remember. Like, or I'm too excited talking about some other bullshit. You know, and you gotta like see with me and just be like, yeah, this is how I'm doing. Actually, this is what's up. Sorry about yesterday. I went to sleep right after sending the first draft and then woke up at like 3 a.m. read what you said. I'm good. How are you? Oh, no, you're okay. I was a little disappointed because I was at school, and the reason I wasn't working on that picture was because I was like, this ref is not appropriate for school. And then you sent the same ref, and I was like, God damn it. I was like, ah. No one sent me anything I could draw in time. So, but I have them for next week or this weekend, but probably next week because I can work on that on iPad. I was like, it looks like her coochie is out. I cannot be having this rough up. I'm so sorry. It was a bit blurry. But the picture? No. It was blurry. But at least you have strawberry for next time. Yes, I do. Thank you very much. My head. Oh, your head was blurry. It's okay. It's okay, man. I am way too fucking awake, dude. Like, caffeine doesn't hit this way when I don't sleep. What the actual fuck? But I go to bed, bruh. It's on. It's on. I'm ready. Let's go. I've also been talking a little more black lately because my how many of them? How many of my coworkers slash friends are black? Hold on, let me count. Let me count. Let's say Black American because the one we just met is African, so she doesn't talk this way. She talks pretty proper, I'd say. We got Reginald. We got Pancake. We got Icarus. That's 3 already. Anybody else? No, it's mostly Pancake and Icarus I end up talking to. Reginald was not here over the summer and spring, and he just came back. But he's not on help either. Hey, Sir Perry Wolfie, how are you doing? So I just been breaking it down, and I'm like, I heard it yesterday when I was talking to Chili, and I was just like, damn, why am I doing this? But it just felt comfortable, so I just kept doing it. I think the like lower I try to talk, it kind of changes the way I talk. I don't know why. It's like I go for a different type of expression. Doing well. I am doing well. How are you doing? Good morning. I need to leave once again because it's Friday at 10:30, I'd say. 10:30 is when I need to get my ass into that telehealth call. Hold on, I need to focus for a minute on these fucking curls. I'm gonna try to co-work. I'm struggling to get started. What you trying to work on? Hold on, I want to know before you get started. Man, that was me with trying to study though. Like, I was like, I'm gonna go through these pages and not retain a goddamn thing if I do it right now, so I'm not doing it right now. I know I need to do it, and I know I have a lot of homework. It's due Tuesday, but I fucked up, so I'm just gonna like wait until after a nap maybe today or something. I don't know. Maybe I need my ADHD meds. And I thought it was the ADHD meds that made me shaky. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, you was having withdrawals. I was like having chest pains a little bit and shit. And I was just like, oh no, the caffeine, is getting to me. This motherfucker forgot to take his goddamn medication. Forgot he was even out. Just be throwing it back. The pills in my little container, just be throwing them back, not even realizing one's missing. Dumb as shit. But it's all right. I've been stressed. I've been busy, but I'm a little mad at myself for that because it's very irresponsible. You should not cold turkey anything. However, I am amazed that I felt almost nothing except groggy. I was very groggy. Get working, no socks. Oh, so we're gonna draw a ref for a friend's Pokemon TTRPG character. It's his birthday this weekend. He doesn't have a proper ref really, so I got a descriptor for him. Chili's birthday is coming up, and I have no idea what to get her. And I want to get her something very expensive that she was looking at the other day. There's another expensive thing she was looking at the other day that I want that she wants, but I'm like, man, that shit look ugly to me. But and I have to at least get her a cake, which I'm kind of anxious to do, but I think I can do it. And I wish people lived closer to me. She's the only one that lives close to me, and I'm like, see now I got to get you the stuff in secret. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta check something. Cause I'm kind of planning on something, but if this don't work out, then I gotta then I'm gonna have to make. I guess I could call today. Let me see. Do they just tell me what they have? What you got? Is it I'm wondering like do I have to do it myself? Okay, hold on, here we go. Oh, they do have it. Okay, perfect. Motherfucker expensive as shit, but it's kind of a hard to make one. I want to do more for her birthday, but I'm already like really behind. Oh, dude, none of my closest friends live anywhere close to me. Well, I had to make friends close to me. I ain't know nobody here. So going to school really helped. Highly recommend taking classes at your school if you can. Like just like even just one. I love school. I'm such a nerd. Like I wasn't feeling it this week, but now that I'm kind of getting back into the not the grind, but you know like the groove of things. Oh my god, did I just say things? What who the fuck am I right now? The groove of things. Who whomst. Anyway, the groove of things. Um who am I copying? The groove of things. Anyway, uh now that I'm getting back in the groove, I'm remembering that I love meeting new people and I am a puppy. And I'm so excited to meet new people. Like I feel the anxiety, but if I push past it, I'm like, "Oh my god, what's your major? What are you doing? Like where are you from?" Like and our the speech teacher gave us these like prompts, to ask each other. And so I was like genuinely excited to hear about this person. And the more they talked, I was like, "Ooh, that's cool. That's cool." The girl that sits beside me does fucking robotics. I was like, "Girl, what?" I was like, "Robot damn, I was like robotics. I don't know no one at school that does robotics. That sounds sick as hell. Mhm. Okay, starting. So we'll be lurking a bit. Okay, thank you, No Socks. Good luck. Good luck. School is the easiest place to make friends. Yeah. Sorry. Let me see if my tea is ready. Man. Mm. Hold on. Let me tell Chili this. Hold on. Hold on. Oh. One. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, where's my Pura? Sorry. Brain distracted. But yeah, no, so I keep when I go out, I keep forgetting to make sure I don't have dairy. Like I'm good about it in a grocery store, I'm bad about it in a restaurant or a cafe or anything. So my dumbass bought a latte yesterday, because we were studying and I was falling asleep, and that it was just like an entire what, 8 ounces of mostly milk. I don't know how big it is. 8 to 10 ounces of mostly milk, and then my stomach didn't feel well, and I thought it was the caffeine, and then I come home and I'm like, wait a minute, you dumb bitch. Wait a minute. Sorry, I've called myself dumb too many times this stream, but bruh, I've not been with it. I got a Subway sandwich at some point this week because I hadn't make lunch. Didn't have time because I got to get to class at 9:30, and I didn't wake up early enough because of groggy. Get a Subway sandwich, and I say no cheese. But once I get the sandwich, I realized my dumb ass had said Italian herbs and cheese for the bread. I was like, oh my god. I got wings another day. I get they give you a little ranch sauce with it, and I dip it in the sauce, and then I don't realize until I come home, I'm like, ranch has dairy in it. Oh my god, everything's got dairy. It's so hard. Hold on. Okay. Now it's bloated with the sauce. Sounds like you need to keep some of those dairy pills on you for the derping. Everything also has wheat. Yeah, everything does have wheat, but I ain't trying to fuck around and not have wheat. I'll let that shit kill me. I love wheat too much. Okay. Sorry, Chili's worried about me not sleeping, and I'm like, bruh, I've been sleeping like 9-10 hours every night this week. I can handle a 4. I need a 4 because oversleep. I thought it was the oversleeping making me so tired, and I'm just sitting here like, I cannot. I've never done that. Like, forgotten completely that I was out of my meds. Like, not even realize I was out of it. That's never happened before in the, I don't know how many years I've been taking medication. What's that, like 5-6 years? Never happened before. I was truly shocked and disappointed in myself. I was like, man, you really have been out of it. Aw, he's so sweet. I mean, really. Oh, unfortunately, I randomly became intolerant of wheat. Oh, that sucks. I can't do gluten free. Like, if I couldn't eat wheat, I just wouldn't eat most carbs because I cannot with the gluten free. It's just I can. It's grainy and it's a texture thing. I cannot. So I would be eating potatoes, fruits. Oh, if I could get me some tropical fruit like some breadfruit, I'd be set. Fuck bread after breadfruit. Fuck bread if you got breadfruit. What else? I don't know. What else is carby? I don't know. I guess my ass will be doing lettuce wraps and shit. There's carb free like tortilla things that I have not tried. So maybe those aren't terrible, but I just look at them and I go and I can't do it because of the fear of the texture and the taste. And it's hard for me to give them a chance. And I know I need to give them a chance, but it's just I give a lot of foods a chance already, and if I can't do it, that means it's a lot. What was I gonna say? Damn, I forgot. It wasn't about food, I don't think. About something completely different. He loved me. Just I found some good gluten-free pot 3. The pasta is actually indistinguishable from regular since my family kept eating them on an accident without realizing it. Oh, nice. Okay, but is your family like just like whatever about texture? I think I've had gluten-free pasta before though, and I don't think it was bad. Pasta's not bad. But like the bread, almond flour is some stuff is grainy. Damn, what was I gonna say? Like I did not realize at all that I was lactose intolerant. I didn't realize until I started taking the until I took those 4 ibuprofen a day for a week, and my stomach was really upset, and so I was like, all right, let me start cutting stuff out. Not the males. They're autistic, so texture is a big deal. Not the males are all autistic in my family. Oh, my neck. Everyone with a Y chromosome is just autistic in my family. That's true. Patch is also very big on texture, and I don't remember him being upset by the pasta if he had any. I don't fully remember. It was years ago. Wait, did it have to do with me being on meds for 6 years? I don't know. I don't remember. But I still can't believe that I did not notice the whole week. In fact, I've been getting better as the week goes on. But I don't know if that's just because I'm getting used to people. It's possible you developed the lactose intolerance recently. It is possible, but I've also have had gastric issues that I've been ignoring for, I don't know, the past 15 years. I've cut out dairy before, but I haven't noticed, like, it's gotten worse for sure. Because I haven't noticed such a big change in, like, feeling bloated and stomach achy until recently. It is possible that I just felt that way constantly and didn't realize. Because I had been having that for a few months. Now, this does not solve all my gastric issues, I don't think, because I've done this before. It doesn't solve all of them, and I did it better than I am currently doing it. And it doesn't solve all of them, especially not the heartburn. I think sometimes there's some nausea. Actually, I'm having some nausea right now. Yeah, it doesn't solve everything. I don't know what to tell the gastro. I'm gonna have to write some stuff down because I'm just like, yeah, I'm a little lactose intolerant. My food takes a long time to digest. I don't remember stuff right now. My stomach doesn't feel that bad right now, so it felt bad last night though. And I thought it was the caffeine. And as I said, I came home and I was like, damn, I just had 10 ounces of milk. Mm, 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 mm. I hope I'm not taking on the accent of someone that I know. Because if I am, I'll be very upset. Because I don't even talk to this motherfucker that often. I'm like, how am I taking on your accent of all the fucking people I know? Anyway. Oh. I think I was going to say the fact that I named him Reginald is like so funny because I'm just like, and I was mad at his ass too at this time. And I'm just sitting here like, I really chose Reginald. But it's fucking funny to me still. Like, it's not like I'm not making fun of him. It's just another posh name that's like very regal. Regal, that's the word. His actual name is extremely regal, and I'm going to try to never say it because it's very rare. Never heard it before, but it's very regal. And so Reginald is like just it's poking fun at it a little bit, but I've grown to really like his name. I wish I could grow to like my own name, which is also very it's not posh, but it's very white. My dead name is extremely white, extremely female coded. So it's very difficult. Especially because my preferred name isn't on everything. So it's like, you know, I was probably always gluten intolerant given how I handled weight as a kid, but it's kind of done those eventually. One of those eventually it builds up so much your system can't handle it anymore, like a bucket being slowly filled with water. Yeah. I think I've always had problem with dairy. Like I used to have a dairy allergy a little bit when I was a kid, and that it would fuck with my immune system basically. It wasn't like a direct dairy allergy. I don't think it would like make my nose run or anything immediately. But it just our doctor said don't have dairy and don't have peanuts. And we listened to that for several years, and then after a while we just kind of gave up on that. But I'm very used to like not eating dairy stuff and like checking food labels and stuff because of it. But my parents don't eat out, so I'm not used to thinking about it when you eat out. And now I'm just like, bruh. Sometimes I do, so like something really obvious like pizza, I thought about it, but I still had the pizza anyway because I was like, bruh, like Reginald tempted me with the pizza, and I was like, bruh. Also, if I become a chess nerd, it'll also be his fault because he showed us a chess app. He didn't show us an app, but he was teaching us about chess yesterday because he's recently got into it, and I was like, that is the nerdiest thing I've ever heard, especially for someone who I've nicknamed Reginald. Actually, now that I think about it, um, but I was like, that is so good for your brain. I really should do that. And my nerdy ass already has Sudoku on my phone, so I was like, might as well. I was gonna play it before bed last night. I forgot I was too EP. I played it on Chili was driving me home, but then she asked me to look something up, and it made me forfeit by default, and I was like, no, I almost had you. We were doing this motherfucker I was playing knew how to play too. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know how to do the game yet. Calm down. Also, I just realized there was no instructions for chess. There was no tutorial, nothing. They just took, and I said I had no experience. They just took me and threw me in there against, I don't know, a person or a bot. And just realizing, damn, that was cold as fuck. Like, damn, for real, for real. Also, I learned from watching him play that the piece that you would think is the queen is actually the king, and I was like, oh shit. So it had us all fooled. I think he lost because of it, but we weren't used to the icons being that way. I'm sorry, I was slightly even for me, that's nerdy, right? Even for me, and I'm pretty goddamn nerdy. Like how bad parents teach kids to swim. Oh, you mean throw them in the water? Oh my god. What was I gonna say? I learned something else too. Oh, we've all been like, Chile is now on La Profesora. I have to say it really slow to say it right. La Profesora. She is teaching everyone Spanish because we all want to learn Spanish, and we keep bothering her. We keep being like, how do you do this? How do you do that? What's this? Being put up against a bot in any other game? Being put up against a bot in chess? Yeah. Oh my god, those emotes are so pretty. Well, okay. The sickos, the hand rubbing together one isn't as cute as the fear. Fear is really well done, actually. The other one's just pure gremlin energy. I was thinking how I wanna make more emotes. But do I have time? I don't think so. I am a little anxious about time because I slept so much this week, and I guess I needed it because accounting, as I said, really kicked my ass. I kicked its ass, but it didn't. I left with some battle scars. Oh. Oh, and I fought Christians this week, guys, and it actually made me have to think really hard about a lot of things. Probably not in the way they expected, but so like, como se dice? I don't think it's como se dice with a S-A-Y. I barely remember any Spanish. I don't remember a lot of Spanish either, except la computadora. Well, actually, I don't remember anything else right at this exact moment. Como se dice? Oh, and then I mostly want to learn to roll my R's. There's a carrera. I can't really do it. Carrera. I think I need to do more of a instead of a like a noise. But I do a because I learned to do soft R's because of Japanese a long time ago, so a lot of my R's are really soft. So carrera. It's so hard to do in front of you guys too. Carrera. Yeah, carrera. Fuck, I almost had it. Anyway, ero con ero barril is the thing I'm trying to say. ¿Dónde está el baño? Is an important one. ¿Dónde está el baño? Baño, I kind of like when she said it, I was like, and with context clues, it's easier to remember. ¿Dónde is where, I know that. Like, I remember a little bit if someone does it slow, but I never learned it, so, which is funny because that's what my mom has a bachelor's degree in, is Spanish. She was willing to teach me. I was just a little brat. I didn't want to learn Spanish. Not knowing I would one day live in Texas. Dumb. Life sets me up for all sorts of things, man, and sometimes I make the wrong decision. Anyway, Christians. Now, you all know I love my Christian brothers and sisters and envies. However, this week I got into a brawl. I don't know if I spelled it right, but more or less, at least remembered how to ask to say something and how to say I don't speak Spanish. Uh, no comprende español? Comprende español? That's one way, I think, right? Because comprende is understand. I don't remember what speak is specifically, but I don't understand. It's similar to Japanese in that you don't say I that often. So that's easy for me. No hablo español. Hablo, there we go. No hablo español. What was I gonna say? Oh, Christians, yes. So I'm pretty sure I can say this because I think they have them at a bunch of schools here. We went to this thing called BSM. That too, I just woke up. We went to this thing called BSM. And me and a friend. I went for the friend. It's like, well, actually, we went to a focus group, which is like a Christian group, and the friend didn't like that, right? Friend doesn't have a code name, but this friend didn't like that group as much. I thought they were nice, but they thought they were too fake. Oh, add in progress. I guess I'll wait. I always have to look up the N on Google because I don't know how to type it with a keyboard. You have to have a Spanish keyboard on probably, because I have a Spanish keyboard on my phone as an option, so you can do the fancy accents and such. I chose such a good time to start my story, as always. I'm only telling the story because I think it's important and it's made me have a lot of realizations. So we have to talk about it, as I do with everything with you guys. I already processed it, honestly. Like I did a lot of meditation and I got some really good, like, how do I say this? Feedback, pieces of advice. Actually added someone to my spirit team, so that was interesting. But sorry, buffering. I'm mostly waiting for the ad to end, and then we'll go back to the story. But I hate when I stop in the middle of like my train of thought. It always feels odd. I did that a few times when I was mingling, I guess I'd say, with people in speech class. But streaming has made me do like so well with having a continuous stream of things to say that I even when I do stop like that and I don't know what to say next, I can usually find something if I can remember the conversation we were just having. I'm really good at talking now. Thank you guys. I didn't used to be able to talk. Not like I could always talk text wise, but not verbally. Because I didn't have a lot of practice with it. Trying to think, cause yeah, I'm just glad I can talk to different people now and not. I'm very sociable now. I met one of the girls that sits beside me in speech knows 4 languages. I was like, bitch, what? And already studied to be a medical doctor in her country, and is currently trying to be like something like a therapist, a respiratory therapist here. But then she also wants to go to medical school after she gets her bachelor's. I was like, girl, goddamn, amazing. Back? Okay. So, we went to the BSM, and my dumb ass, probably unmedicated while I did this. I'm sitting there, we're listening. He's talking about like this trip they go on where they stop, they go down to this island that spring breakers go to, and they give the drunk kids rides, so there's not as much drunk driver accidents. And I was like, oh, that's sweet. That's actually really nice. Then he tells me that, how do we make this about Jesus? And he was like, what we do is while we're driving them, we talk to them about God. And I was like, ain't no fucking way. I was like, so you're telling inebriated people, trying to convert inebriated children, basically, to Christianity. That's terrible. That's horrible. Right? So I was like, I didn't say that's horrible, but I was just like, I don't know. And he was like, yeah, but if they tell us they're not interested or they don't want to talk, that's, we'll stop. But I was just sitting here like, bruh, that's fucked up. And then, yeah. So that was the first red flag for me. And then, we talked about some other things I don't really remember. A sin, I think, was a concept of sin we started getting into. And I asked that, it was before or after I asked about how the organization itself felt about LGBT people. Because I knew someone from the BSM that used to come to our Pride group, Pride Club. And he was super nice, right? But I don't think I'd ever asked him directly. So I asked this person directly because, I asked my friend first, like, is it okay if I ask hard questions? And they were like, yeah, do what you want. And what he said was the classic Southern line of love the sinner, not a sin. And I was immediately thrown back because we were having a good discussion before then. And then he said that, and I was like, ooh, you think being gay is a sin? And I was like, where in the Bible does it say that? And he showed me a verse in the Bible where it said that. And I was like, damn, bruh, I wouldn't say Jesus, but me and the Christian God, not cool. This is why we're not cool, bro. This is why we're never been cool. Like, I don't hate this man or anything. Man is a wrong word. But, I don't hate this entity, but we just don't vibe, right? And I'm just like, and we talked about how it's a sin. This man said he knew he has a friend that has those sort of urges and he represses them because it's a sin of the flesh or some shit. And I was just like, bro, I don't know if that's healthy, is what I said very calmly. And here I am, like, shaking, both from probably being unmedicated and like, not anxiety, but when I get really passionate, I start getting shaky in a conversation. And I was also very angry. I didn't realize it until I came home about 6 hours later, but I was very, very angry, right? Because it felt like every Christian, not every, but it felt like a lot of the Christians I'd met, had been lying to my face about, trying to be accepting. And it was just like, I don't know, it felt like slap in the face a little bit. But then I sat down with it and I meditated, because I had all these feelings. And I guess, how would I say? I don't know how much I want to give in about my spirituality, but I guess I can say, I was deep in meditation. I didn't really know what to do, and an entity, I would say, a deity, came to me. I thought it was one that I was familiar with, but then I was like, I immediately noticed some differences, and then he was acting different, and I was like, hmm. And then he showed me a symbol, and said I could look it up on Google, and I did. And well, no, I guessed, and then he's like, maybe, and then I looked it up on Google and it aligned, and I was like, okay. So this, I don't like to say which one, but this deity was like, gave me some really solid advice and was like, you can't control or protect anyone. You can just go into the world being yourself and see the ripples that causes. But if you try to control it, like, consciously, it's not going to go the way you want. And I was like, damn. It didn't hurt but like, and I almost forgot it. Like, I often forget things from meditation, but I remember I sat down and I remembered it because it was short and sweet, and I wrote it down, and I was like, damn, that is so real for me, because I always, like, that is part of why I was angry. I was angry for my friends that deal with this, like, are told to repress their feelings, especially the friend I was with, who was bi, and I was just sitting here like, how is that affecting you right now? To know that your God thinks that part of you is evil, right? Or that part of what you want to do is evil. And I was just like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Because I think of being LGBT as an inherent part of me. I've struggled with it over the years. I've struggled with feeling like my ancestors wouldn't love me for it. I've struggled feeling like my family would hate me for it. And at the end of the day, in my experience, I'm very lucky that no one has hated me for it as much as I expected them to, right? Like, I do have to deal with offensive things like all the goddamn time and misgendering and not calling me the right name and all that stuff. But at the core, do they hate me? No. And I'm just like, I'm very lucky that my family doesn't hate me for it or think it's evil, right? At most, they would prefer I don't, but, they still love me. And I was just like, I just, I knew some people dealt with that, but for it to be such a big deal to an organization like that at school, I was like, bro, that's fucked up. And for it to be in the Bible, it's just like, that's fucked up. Like, I can't imagine how many people like read that and are just like, yeah, that we're taking that one. That's fucked up. If it's a Bible verse I'm thinking of, being gay is a sin, is the same level as wearing mixed fabrics, and I think we get to discard that. Maybe it was Romans 1:22, I believe, which I'd never seen before. And it was very vitriolic about homosexuality. It specifically was talking about men sleeping with men and women sleeping with women. And I was just like, what the fuck? When religion comes up, I remember a guy I saw on TikTok once that kept pointing out parallels to Norse mythology and made a very compelling argument that the Christian god is actually Loki. I love that. No, you know what? No, actually, I wouldn't even put that on Loki. I respect Loki way too goddamn much. So unless for Loki it's all a joke, I don't want to put that on him. I don't even want to put that on him. Right? Like, it sounds like I don't respect the Christian God, but I respect Loki. Like, I don't respect a lot of the things that the Christian God, like, according to teachings, wants you to do, and the way they want you to live. I don't respect that. I respect that people follow it and find comfort in a lot of it, but I've never approved, I guess, and not that he needs my approval, but I've never approved of the way he goes about, like, wanting people to worship him. I'm not a worship person. I don't worship anything. I don't worship anybody. It's just not my vibe. And so I've been this way since I was like 4, dude. I'm just like, I don't really like the concept of worshiping, because I feel like if you're that powerful, why do you need me to worship you? Right? Like, I don't understand. I understand devotion, right? I understand love, but worship for me is not one of the things. But anyway, yeah, that was a very, like, and after I had that conversation or whatever, that meditation, I felt so calm, right? Like, all the anger had, like, melted away. I was like, okay, the reasons I'm angry is because I'm being overprotective and controlling, and I have to let go. And I really struggle with those two things. And I was just like, I can't control or protect anybody. I just gotta let them live their lives, regardless of, like, how much I want to help. And I just, like, want them to be able to love themselves and be themselves. Like, people gonna do what they gonna do. And I think that was where a lot of my anger was coming from, was that overprotectiveness. That's where a lot of my anger comes from, honestly, is just wanting to protect people, or wanting to control or, like, steer them in a direction that I personally think is correct, like, just being controlling, or whatever is, like, I think is best for them. And I'm like, that's just controlling. Yeah, the whole huge joke thing, like, it then makes me think of that skit, the guy that plays God and keeps telling an angel about his new invention and making it as dumb as possible. Like, the main one I'm thinking is when he invented golf. Making a new invention and trying to make it as dumb as possible as well. When you said that, I would have thought you were talking about humans, and then you mentioned golf, and I was like, oh my god. Hold on. Like, truly, I don't disrespect any deities, but I thought that was very direct and very rude. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, that's really fucked up, dude. Like, what? Say what? Like, you gonna disgrace me like that, bruh? Like, that's fucked up. And For people that are Christian, I would prefer to think of it as the Bible was written by man and it is filtered through man's perception, I would say. That's how I would think about it, but I still had a little bit of beef with that. It was hard. It's hard because I love charity. I just hate that a lot of it is religious because I want to give more. I want to be involved in community projects. I think this concept of community is so important, right? But I don't like it in a religious context because I was like, oh, that's so cool. You're helping these drunk children. And then this motherfucker is like, and we're preaching them while they're inebriated, too inebriated to feel safe to drive. And I just couldn't. I was like, homie, no, no. Because I'm just like, if that has to be one of your ways to get people to convert, you have a problem, right? If you can't do that while have their whole faculties with them, right? That's just, you have a problem. Perhaps it's not like them, perhaps it's what you're trying to tell them. And it makes me mad because as far as I remember from what I learned when I was a kid, I have nothing against Jesus. Jesus was an alright dude, you know? He was chill, and I think the fact that so many people try to make his teachings hateful is fucked up. I think it's fucked up. Like, if I was Jesus, bruh, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, guys, the fuck. And, I mean, I question whether or not he existed, but I think he's a historical figure, technically. I'm not sure. Depends, because people get really wonky with library and history. Not library, the Bible and history. The Bible was written by many men with many different agendas, then retranslated a zillion times over by men with other agendas, basically ending in a very messed up game of telephone. Exactly. Which is why I was like, this guy's relying too heavily on the book. And the friend I was talking to, I was like, listen, you have a genuine spiritual connection with the universe, or God, or whatever you want to call it, and I want you to hold on to that. I don't want you to trade a book for that, you know? Like, being able to feel something spiritual is not something everyone can do, I've realized. And I think it's just a very special talent to have, I guess I'd say. I'm not saying everyone can't learn to do it, but I don't think everyone can just do it, off the bat. I think he's an amalgamation of like 5 different guys who were around at the time. Maybe, probably. I don't know. Like, even if he was one guy, I was like, the things his story teaches are nice. Be kind to yourself, to others, and yourself and your community. Take care of people. Maybe do a little magic. But I don't know, man. I think your personal connection to spirituality is more important than anything written. I recall a nice preacher guy on TikTok who said he was hearing from other preachers that people were telling them that Jesus is too woke. Yeah, I've heard that before. And I'm just like, bruh, like, your entire religion is based off this man and you're saying he's too woke. Well, you're gonna have to switch religions then, bruh. Like, bruh. Stop calling yourself a Christian and do something else. Like, just, like, literally call it something else. Oh, you know what he did say that I found interesting? He probably thought wanted to, like, it to sound horrifying to me. But I found it interesting. He said that, back in the day, the Hebrews, I guess it would be, did animal sacrifice. Not human sacrifice. I said the wrong word, I'm so sorry. Animal sacrifice. I thought that was interesting because I thought that was like against the Bible, but I guess in the Old Testament that was chill. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of animal sacrifice, but if it's just like one or two, I'm like, you probably were gonna eat that bitch anyway. Like if you sacrifice a chicken, I'm not saying the chicken's life isn't worth anything, but were you about to eat that bitch? Is that why you raised him? Then I don't care that much. My general stance on religion is that I think that religions are pretty neat and preachers/religious authorities are a blight upon humanity. I'm not a religious person because I just don't like structured spirituality, but God, this is a heavy topic for 7 8 in the morning. Um, but I do love spirituality. Religion's just not my thing. But I don't care when other people are religious, right? I don't have a preconceived notion of them because I don't talk to them in depth about religion. This was the first time I'd really talked to someone quote unquote knowledgeable about the Bible, you know? And it was just eye opening. I was like, this is such hateful content for you to base your life on, dude. Right? Like, I don't know. Hateful content. It's like and also he said the heart is something. Hold on, I gotta look that up. Hold on. He said the heart was deceitful or some shit, and I was like, huh? Let's see. Bible. Oh god, I can't see anything. Hold on. Purif, get out of here. Bible, heart, deceitful. Man, he keeps quoting Romans. Fuck Romans, dude. Deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can understand it? That's the human heart. Okay. The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand that? What is that? That's Jeremiah. Okay. Yeah, Romans is really about do not think about how to gratify the desires of the flesh. What book is Romans? That one's fucked up. It's Paul, huh? Well, fuck you too, Paul. Fuck you too. The sixth book, the New Testament. Fuck you too, Paul. Just saying. I wouldn't mind talking about the Bible if the energy of the discussion was comparable to talking about Superman comics. The energy wasn't that bad until we got to LGBT. Oh, and then I wasn't pissed off until the girl that was with him called me she at one point, and I was like, after I talked about the LGBT shit, and I was like, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way you gonna misgender me. I have a full beard. Yes, my voice is kind of high, but just because I said the word transgender doesn't mean I'm transgender. Y'all ignorant motherfuckers. Anyway, religion was at one point a way to create community even outside of their immediate group. But modern religion, i.e., those saying Jesus to what but still calling themselves Christians, is purely about control and forcing the world into an impossible to fit in box. I think the part that gets me about religion is it often preys upon people that are extremely vulnerable. Because when you're extremely vulnerable, you want a community to depend on, you want some sort of reassurance, you want to have contact with spirituality to bolster your what's the word? Not your personality, but like your confidence in the world, right? It's honestly not that high. What do you mean high? The bar? That's all I think of is like, what bar? Did I say something about a bar? But yeah, they were, I would say disrespectful near the end, and I was just like, bruh, I've tried to be so respectful to you, dude. And I don't know, it hurts. It hurts my heart a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't remember what I was. I looked at the message and I was like, wait, what did I say? You know, and yeah, it takes. There we go. You said your voice is kind of high, and I also think it's not. I have 30 guys at my job who sound exactly like you. Thank you, thank you. That helps. Uh, I mean, sometimes I talk a little higher, but I'm trying to talk like a little lower. I know no one can hear no one can hear the difference except me, but it just like depends on how I do my inflections as well. Anyway, yeah, I don't like AA as a Christian organization. I was like, ain't no fucking way, you know. And I was just like, why y'all preying on people like that are vulnerable? and you say you're trying to help. Like, just try to help. Don't put God into it. You reach out to so many people looking for help, and then you have to I don't know, like I feel like a lot of people end up using like religion in place of therapy because they don't have access to it. And that made me so sad when I realized that, like, just the way people talk about religion and what it has done for them and the place it hit them at in their lives. I'm just like, bro, that you're using your preacher as a therapist. You're using the Bible as a moral compass because you've lost touch with your own. And the heart is deceitful made me mad because, like, yeah, emotions are stupid. Don't listen to your emotions all the time. Sometimes, well, you listen a little bit, but most of the time, emotions are fucking stupid. Don't listen to that. They'll make you do some dumb shit. But to tell people, like, that's the main thing, is to tell people that their intuition is wrong and that you have to listen to a book. Fuck me. That was inherently wrong to me. Like, I'm not even that huge on intuition, but I feel like intuition is not only like a spiritual woo-woo thing. It's like your brain subconsciously picking up on lots of different cues and developing an answer based on that, right? Like that you can't fully express why you feel that way. Religion is like kind of like a fandom, which also explains where rabid fans come from. We have a historical precedent for rabid fans. Yeah. Ugh, my throat. But what was I saying? I don't remember. I know I was saying vulnerable people, but I think I'd gotten past that. I was super worried when my tiny niece said she was going out to a religious thing with friends, but I was so happy when she later said that the whole religion thing was stupid. She's 9. There we go. That was really impressive for a 9-year-old, honestly. Like I was lucky. I didn't go to church when I was a kid, and my mom couldn't explain the Bible, like answer my questions in the Bible the way this guy would have. And I can't imagine what it would have been like, like I was homophobic as a child, until I went on the internet, and the internet was, I don't know what changed, but something changed, and I just became obsessed with being gay. And then, like, not being gay, I don't think I really had acknowledged it yet, but I got obsessed with yaoi. I was a fujoshi as a little kid, um, which is unhealthy. Don't get me wrong, but I was just like, and then I found out what transgender was, and then it all started making sense, and then I repressed that for a while. And even I've repressed things. I can't imagine what it feels like to be like, you know what? The entire universe, the creator of all, thinks that you're evil for feeling the things you feel. I can't imagine that. Not feeling it, I'm sorry, but if you ever want to act on it, if you ever love someone or want to be with someone, like a grown ass adult with their own thoughts, feelings, and expressions, that's a sin, right? Like you can feel those feelings. That's fine. But if you ever want to act on those feelings, that's evil, even though you're not hurting anybody. And I'm just like, bro. I also think organized religions are kind of like fandoms with the toxicity cranked up to maximum. I don't hate organized religions, right? But I hate the things they teach sometimes, because a lot of the times they focus on the hateful aspect and not the loving aspects. I'm very much a loving person. I was telling my friend, I don't think she liked this, but I was telling her, like, I don't believe in evil, and I think that's partly because of how I was raised and my traumas, right? It's because I like to think of things from a psychological standpoint, and I don't believe in evil, right? I believe in people, things, entities doing things that benefit themselves. I don't think of them doing it actively just to hurt anybody unless they're angry at the person, right? Or they're bitter, right? And even then, they're doing that because they think it's going to make them feel better, right? They're like, hurting you is going to make this feeling, this pain go away. Um It's to the point, and I know no one will agree with me here, it's to the point that I don't think the Oompa Loompa in office is evil. I think he's extremely selfish and greedy, but I don't believe in evil. Sometimes, like, there's been points in my life where I believed in evil, and honestly, those were the times where I felt the most bitter and afraid and angry, you know? Um, I don't think that people are just inherently bad. I think people's lives bring them to a perspective where they do horrible things, and they don't even realize how horrible the things they're doing are, in my opinion. Because I think if you had empathy and you could feel a fraction of the pain you were causing other people, a lot of people would not do the shit they do, right? But they don't know what it is feels like to be in that position and feel that pain. And that lack of empathy, I think, is the main thing. Like, I would say lack of empathy is the closest thing I can bring to evil. Churches where I lost religion for a very inconsequential reason, and it was my preacher's fault. There was a spider in the basement. I told the preacher expecting him to take it outside because holy ground and thou shalt not kill and such. And he killed it, and I was like, oh, this whole religion thing is just words and BS. I'm pretty sure it's fine to kill animals in the Bible. I'm not gonna lie. Thou shalt not kill only applies to humans because animals are lesser than in the Bible, lesser than humans. And I think that was one of also my biggest issues as a child. It was like I felt so strongly that animals were on the same level as us. They were just different, you know? Because I lived was very closely with animals. My dad's very big on animals. And he always taught me never to call them stupid or to like treat them like, they can't do something, like treat them like people, don't insult them, because like, and I guess I see it now as like, don't make fun of them in that way. I see it now as like, even if they don't understand what you're saying, like, especially dogs can pick up on the way you're saying it, like the emotion behind it. You know? Like, and then if you believe in energy, they can pick up on the energy behind what you're saying. And not only that, but if you tell them they're stupid and you treat them like they're stupid, they will be stupid, just like children. If you don't teach them anything, they'll be stupid. If you don't, if you treat them like, oh my God, this dog can never learn to be house trained, they'll never learn to be house trained because you don't believe they can be. And you not believing they can be means you won't teach them how to do it. I 100% believe an old dog can learn new tricks, literally and figuratively. And I don't know, man. I'm a very, very passionate human being. I might just leave this at this level of lining. The only thing that really needs more work is the hair, but I don't know, I might leave it. It's kind of alright. The actuality of it now is irrelevant to my thoughts then, but it's what stopped me as a kid from being religious like immediately. Oh, I hated bugs. I'm such a loving creature until it comes to bugs, and then I'm like, kill it, kill it. I mean, I think as I've gotten older, I feel a little worse about killing bugs, actually. But as a child, I was like, get it away from me, kill it. Such vitriol towards insects for some reason. Apparently, I wasn't afraid of them as a very small child, but I don't know when that fear started coming in. I don't know, but I think it's. Oh, I forgot to do the hands as a sketch. Oops. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I wish people weren't so hateful, And that's part of it is like I think if you have that revenge mindset too much, like I believe in people paying for their quote unquote sins, like hurting people. But I think if you hold on to revengeful mindsets too much in bitterness, it just hurts you and it hurts your community and it hurts the other people around you because you take that bitterness and put it out into the world and it affects how you treat other people, right? It affects how you treat other people. And I think, and you can do something that's like inconsequential to you, but is out of bitterness, especially if it's like to a child or someone who's feeling vulnerable, and you've just created a ripple that's probably gonna lead to anger and resentment and bitterness in that person. Oh my God, I'm such a lovey-dovey person, dude. I'm such a lovey-dovey person. But it's kind of how I get through the things I've been through, is to just be kind, like just be like, because I was like, I didn't want to be as open, because I felt like I opened myself up to those people at BSM, and I felt like they shot me through the heart. And I was like, I don't want to open up to these types of people anymore. I want to be distance myself from them. I don't want to learn from them. I don't want anything to do with them, because they don't want anything to do with me. And I don't know, I thought about it, and I was like, after that meditation, I was just like, I don't want to not be open because of some dumbass people. Like, I think I should avoid those answers and keep in mind what I learned. But I don't think I want to just not give people a chance, right? Because of something they believe. And that's really hard to do, I think. And I don't know that I'm going to be perfect at it. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm a very sappy person. I'm not terribly emotional, I would say, but very, very. I'm not even a pacifist, honestly. Like, some people just need to get wrecked, but like, I don't think they need to get wrecked because they're evil. I think they need to get wrecked because they're destroying the world. Um, but I think I'm very focused on harmony. And anything that's destroying harmony is something I'd want to stop. I've never had problems with any bugs that won't bite me except stink bugs. Those are the spawns of evil that need to be exterminated with extreme prejudice. And it annoys me that I must carefully drown them rather than smash them with a rock because of their stink. No, I don't like the creepy crawlies. I can't do creepy crawlies. If I could handle it and my stomach could handle it, I would love to be vegan. I really would. I just don't think I can. I don't know if I can. Let me put it that way. I don't know if I can. I think those smells make me sick. I bet. I haven't really smelled one. I don't think I've really had the pleasure. Admire. They smell like cilantro. You don't like cilantro? Wow, that sucks. Does it smell like soap to you? Cilantro doesn't smell like horrible to me, so I was like, oh, that's not that bad. It's weird smell. No, also makes me sick. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I don't have any real reaction to cilantro all the time. I gotta rub my eyes. Itchy. It's itchy. Anyway, like, I'm not a huge be the better person. Like, I don't like to think of it that way, but I don't want to hold on to anything that's gonna make me feel like I'm gonna be a worse person to other people. And I don't know, as that entity said, I just have to pay attention to the ripples that I'm putting out into the world, and I want those ripples to be good as much as I can, like positive as much as I can. That is because someone in speech class, we were asked what we would do with all the money and power and whatever resources, and immediately I was like, I don't know, save the world. But then I was like, well, what does that mean? And then I was like, okay, to put it in more human terms, solve a global issue, right? But because save the world can go wrong, right? It can go very wrong very easily. I think for me, saving the world just means teaching people how to be kind to one another. And like, there's a balance between being kind and having boundaries, but I think every person needs to learn that anyway. I don't know. Just want to teach people to be nice to each other. I'm very big on the don't give people a bad attitude they haven't earned. Yeah. I'm very. And I was talking to Chili about this yesterday. I was like, because she was like, I have to know someone's vibe before I like want to be their friend, to see if we click. And I was like, I don't feel that way at all. I've never understood the click. Like, some people straight up annoy me, right? Like, at first, some people straight up annoy me, and I'm like, I don't want to know you. I don't want to talk to you. I can't do it. But like 80% of the people I meet, I'm like, oh, you're fine. Let's talk. Oh, my voice hurts. My throat hurts. I think it's also easier in my throat if I talk higher, but eh. I'm not really forcing it or anything. I'm just talking lower. Um, and I was like, I think I vibe check people in like 10 seconds, right? And then after that, it depends on what they give me, right? Like, I look someone up and down and I'm like, you make me uncomfortable. But then sometimes I talk to them and they don't make me uncomfortable afterwards. But there's still that initial inkling that made me uncomfortable or felt intimidated by them. I don't think it ever fully goes away. I can just look past it, right? Very good at looking past it. Sometimes I look past it when I shouldn't. Sometimes you should listen to that first inkling. But because I'm always like, oh, I want to help people, regardless, I will look past the inkling and be like, okay, well, do they need help? Like, is there anything I can do for them? You know? Is there anything I can learn from? Is there any way I can grow from this relationship, or they can grow from this relationship? For some people, the answer is no on all ends. For some people, it's like, yeah. I try not to do one-sided growth relationships anymore, where I'm not getting anything out of it. I try really hard because I'm not everyone's therapist. I try to have boundaries. Try to be like that. I understand you don't have anyone to talk to, and I want to be that person, but I also want you to go to fucking therapy. You know, like I can't hold the emotional bond of everyone. I mean, people, I tend to show them my extremes to test them. I have that problem too, honestly, but I'm not like actively testing people like I was when I was a teenager. What I do is I ask really hard questions a lot of the time, and I didn't realize they're hard questions. You know, like someone came in the lab and I asked, and they said they did art, and I was like, oh my god, I'm an artist too. Like, what kind of art do you draw? Apparently, that was a hard question. Um, I was like, well, what inspired your style? Apparently, that was a hard question. You know, like I just, I guess I should have been like, oh, you like art too? That's cool, and not made a conversation out of it. I guess I don't know. Streaming has made me like learn to make a conversation out of everything, so it's kind of like a second nature thing now. God, I've inadvertently become some sort of theater kid. I guess it's different from theater though. It's like an entertainment, but it's more personal than that, more one-on-one. Not it's not a show, but it is a form of entertainment. I don't really know what to relate it to actually. It's like it's like so interactive and free form. I don't know what traditional type of media I would relate it to. Anyway, um, I love my friends a lot, and I want everyone to be gay and be comfortable being gay, basically. Because the longer I look at all my friends, I'm just like, all of you look like you could be a little bit queer in one way or another. Like, whether it's ace, aromantic, bi, any of them. I'm just like, you all look like you could be a little bit LGBT, but you're either disinterested or afraid, right? And I'm just like, bro, this sucks. I just don't take my energy level down and don't filter myself. Oh, I don't take my energy level down either. That's why I said I'm a dog. Like sometimes I have to try to bring it up if I'm in a bad mood, but if you catch me in a bad mood, honey, it's just a bad first impression, and you don't have to catch me another day because it's just like when I'm in a bad enough mood, I'm like a storm of chaos. Like it's just my aura. I'm not doing anything, but you can feel the tension around me apparently. So I can't do anything much about that. I then try to not feel my feelings, which doesn't really work for me. Ad starts in 7 minutes, I just realized. Um, yeah, I try not to be obnoxious. Let me put it that way. I try not to be obnoxious. That is something I really had to learn to balance because I think I am a naturally obnoxious person. I'm very high energy. I want to know everything about you and I want to crack open your brain in the first 5 minutes. I really have to calm down. If you think I'm over the top now, man, you don't know how much I'm holding back. I'm more a cat, but my friends are also call me Pinkie Pie at times. Oh, okay. No, I'm not. I'm not a cat. I wanted to be a cat. I try to be a cat. I am not a cat, sadly. Now that I've seen myself interact in person, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a dog. Like, I'm a dog with anxiety, don't get me wrong. But I am a dog. Someone talked to me in line the other day, and I was a little anxious. And they said they were from a campus, but they said the city of the campus instead of the name of the campus, so I didn't recognize it. But yeah, I just had a little discussion with them. I have no idea why they started talking to me. I was like, alright, you're probably like a child compared to me, but I'll give you a little chit chat. They weren't even from this campus. I was like, what the fuck? Why'd you strike up a conversation, lad? I need to get better at being okay talking to random men, though. Like, for real. It makes me a little anxious. Men, still, I got a lot of trauma. But, hopefully, as I become more confident in my ability to pass, I know I will still look gay. There is no hiding that one. I will still look gay. But as long as I can look, like, not trans, that's all I ask. That's all I ask. I just ask for not trans. I'm not gonna go for a cishet man. I'm not manly enough for that. But, I can't do this hand, y'all. I only feel dog energy with my nibblings. I just want to play with them and smother them with love. That's cute. That's cute. Nah, I feel dog energy with a lot of people because I'm just genuinely interested in people. Like, people, if I had a passion, it would just be people at this point, right? And that's kind of what I loved about writing, is I loved collecting stories about people and like mixing them together and like really examining why people do things. Like, I loved the psychology of it, right? And what I wanted to do through my stories was literally what I just said. I wanted to teach people to be kinder to each other. I wanted to teach people to look from other perspectives at why someone does the things they do. And now that I'm thinking about that, I really just wanted to teach people about psychology. Like, a lot of people say that the part of psychology that, at least with people in my statistics class, says the part of psychology that interests them is the motivations part. I didn't say that. The part of psychology that interests me is disorders. But I do also love the part of psychology that's about why do people do things, as like, that's like a hobby to me. That's like not a hobby, but like that's a separate passion to me. Like, that's not a career, right? That's like a life passion. I only feel oh, sorry, I read that. Yeah, I love talking to people. I love people. I can accept that I'm an extrovert now. I just had horrible anxiety. Hi, Purple Puddles, ooh, welcome in. I just had really bad anxiety. And that's why I'm like, kind of, I don't know, I don't want to advocate for this too much because I know it's not a good idea for a lot of people. So I'm very careful with how I say it. But once again, if you are struggling with crippling anxiety that is making you unable to live your life, if it's causing you to be agoraphobic or what's the word? Agoraphobic, isolated, any of the other things, highly suggest trying a stronger anxiety medicine. Even if you're on, like, I don't know, an antidepressant anxiety medicine, mix those things don't do shit to me. Because you're probably having breakthrough anxiety despite that, and breakthrough anxiety is really, like, it's panic attacks basically to me. And if you can find a way to attack the situations you want to deal with on the anxiety medicine, for me, I was able to figure out how to deal with the situation and navigate it, and then I had less anxiety about dealing with the situation. Does that make sense? But it's gotten me more open to talking to people and just realizing, oh, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was. With other people, I have the cat energy of I like you, so I want to bite you. Oh my god, that's Chili. Chili has literally bitten me before. I'm not gonna lie. Love her though. She's a good cat. I go back on my anxiety and antidepressants, but it takes away my, how do I say it without being weird? It takes away my freaky side. You know what I mean? I would try a different antidepressant. A lot of people feel like they make them numb, and I would say that's just not a good one for you if you feel like it makes you numb. I would say, since I've been off my mood stabilizer for a week, I would say I don't know if I like being on it. I'm gonna see. But if it's making me like depressed and like unmotivated, then I might stop it. Cause I did really well in school, just being a manic little freak. So if manic little freak's what I need to be, I'll be that. Like I really only I started the mood stabilizer because I felt like I was being too excited dog, right? Better tell my doctor that without having to really explain. My last doctor was a guy and I felt like so uncomfortable telling him. Aw. No, just tell him it makes you feel numb emotionally and like you feel like it's how do I describe it? Not like it's not like you enjoy things less, but it's just like you feel like you're less of yourself, right? Numbness, not feeling like yourself. You're just uncomfortable with how it makes you feel. There's a word for it. Like emotional blunting. There's a few words for them. I should be careful with the bite thing though, because once I have a girlfriend, a zombie hickey, people thought she was being abused. Just be careful where you bite. Just be careful where you bite. Bum bum ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum. I'm gonna write that down. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. No. Yeah, emotional, like, just saying you feel numb should be enough. And honestly, if it's a good doctor, just be like, yeah, I just feel numb. If they're like, what do you mean by numb? It's just like, I don't feel like myself when I'm on it. Like I don't even feel happy, I just feel nothing type shit, Because, like, antidepressants should make you feel happy, but you should feel the capability of being happy, right? Like, you should feel like it's easier to enjoy things, not less easy to enjoy things. At least that's what mine does. From my experience, like I struggle to enjoy some recreational activities, but I enjoy social interaction more, right? Like I what's the word? I would say I feel more happy than I do sad where I am right now. I think that's a good place to be. Because, like, I used to spend, like, a whole week just being depressed on the couch, a week or two. Then I would spend the other 2 weeks doing all my commissions, and then I would spend a week or two being depressed on the couch. And I haven't been there in years, thank goodness. But I know that shit is not fun. What kind of controller should I make? Oh, I forgot the buttons here. That's what's wrong. That's why it looks so plain. I have a controller here. Oh, right, the buttons are funny shaped. I'll just do an Xbox controller. I don't know what she has. I know she has a Steam Deck, so I don't think it matters. Because neither of those have controllers like this, but I'm not drawing her holding a fucking Steam Deck. I guess I could if she wants me to. But I'm not a start there. She's getting an Xbox controller because that's what I have over here. If she cares, then we'll change it. But yeah, no. When I meant anti-anxiety meds, I meant as needed medication, or what they call PRN. I don't remember what this means. But yeah, like as needed, right? So as I said, not a good idea for some people. I am not a doctor. Consult your doctor before doing this. Well, obviously because you're supposed to get it from them. But like a strong anxiety medicine like a benzo, which they will not want to give you until you've tried everything else. But if you try a bunch of shit and it's not working and you're still too afraid to talk to your doctor, you're gonna have to be like, all right, bro. When I come in here, I am having a panic attack speaking to you. If you think this is normal me, this is me on adrenaline. Welcome back, Femi. This is me on like full panic attack adrenaline. I'm just really good at masking. Because that was my problem. I'm really good at masking. So people are just like, oh, you seem normal and neutral. And I'm just like, no, I'm terrified right now. But trauma has made me able to look normal while I'm terrified. It's a skill. It's a gift and a curse. But yeah. Once again, be very stingy. if you get benzos. Very stingy, be very careful with them. Do not be like, I'm gonna take this every day type shit. Be like, oh, I have this thing today that is going to give me a panic attack, or I need to do this thing that I've been putting off. I'm gonna take it half or the whole thing today. I usually just take halves of the smallest dose possible, and that even that was enough to like take the edge off the soul gripping fear, right? That and like nothing over the years seemed to be able to get, no amount of therapy, nothing seemed to be able to get over that soul gripping fear. It's like physical, like, and the moment that I was like, all right, I really need to try these is when I was driving, and I'm afraid of driving. And when I parked, I realized I was physically shaking, and I was like, that's not safe. That's not safe to be driving and be physically shaking. I'm not really down with that. All right, we're gonna have to do something about this for me to be able to drive. And I think that was why I started them. I didn't take them. I don't. I perhaps I don't. I'm not a withdrawal easily type of person, but I didn't take them for like a month or so over the summer because I didn't need them. Um, I've taken them stingily, but I don't have a lot right now. I need to go pick some up actually. But yeah, I don't want people to, because I was afraid. I was so afraid to try one. So I never pushed for it, but it's ruining your life, man. I'd give it a shot. One thing I will never tell anyone to do is illicit drugs. Don't do those. And I guess a little bit of green. No. No, I can't really condone any of those. But prescribed by your doctor, benzos, yeah. Sure. Give it a shot. That's usually it. It's like if it's destroying your life, because it was destroying my life. It was totally controlling me. It was controlling every aspect of my life, man. And I am very glad that and I was self-isolating so bad for so many years, man. Like a lot of people know me, but not a lot of people know me, because I was just like, I kept to myself. I was terrified of talking to people, even online. I was afraid of ruining my relationships by being myself. I felt like I was obnoxious. I was too much for people. And I probably am obnoxious and too much for some people, but a lot of people like me, so I'm a very likable dog, I've realized. I'm just a little too much sometimes, and I figure out how to tone it down. I can usually tell though when like people are like trying to edge out of a conversation though, like I can tell that much. I can tell when someone's not interested or they're not paying attention. And that's usually what saves me, is just like being able to tell that. I can't tell online though, but I'm good at reading body language. A neurodivergent person who can read body language? I don't know where I learned it actually. Trauma, probably trauma. Gotta see, watch those micro what are they? I don't remember those micro expressions. I remember when you're walking on eggshells, you gotta be like, oh shit. Mine doesn't matter. People just pop away. You mean pop away? What do you mean pop away? When I said online, I mostly meant like in a call. Like I can't tell if I'm having a direct conversation with someone if they are bothered by what I'm saying as much in a call, or if even on stream. But like if I'm looking at you, I'm like, oh, okay, you're physically uncomfortable. We gotta stop. A lot of people seem to be unable to tell when I'm like, except Chili. A lot of people seem to be unable to tell when I'm like super on edge, both in real life and online. Like they can't tell when I'm about to like blow up. Hold on, I have to go to the bathroom. Hold on, let me get this out of the way. Be right back. I am back. I had a piece of bread. Online, it doesn't matter. People just pop away. I struggle with being online. With being. Thank you. My voice is going higher. Okay. I struggle with being social online and in real life. I can talk just fine on stream, but sometimes even that after, I'm like overthinking everything I said to everyone. In my head, way too much. But I've slowly started journaling again to get it out one way or another. That's good. Therapy, you know me. And as I said, if it's stopping you from interacting with people and isolating yourself, not good. Not good. Definitely talk to your doctor about that. Oh wait. Hold on. The best thing about with talking to doctors is to make a list and then to actually tell them the list. Making the list is the easy part. Telling them the list, that's the hard part. Because anxiety. And they're just like looking at you, not giving you any visual feedback. Hi, T Cozy. And you're just like, are they like, what do they think about what I am saying? You know? Like, do they think I'm crazy? Do they believe me? Like, are they being empathetic? Are like they just a lot of the time don't give you a reaction, and that just like I don't know what to do with that because I'm a heavy masker. I need to know what you're thinking so I know how to, react to the situation. Okay, wait. Put this over here. I don't know what that was looking like for you guys. I'm sorry. I had just thrown it over there because I had to pee. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. I guess I only have to do one of these fucking things. The other one would be hidden. And sometimes I just stare and I'm eyeing them down trying to figure out what they think about what I'm telling. Yeah, exactly. They're not supposed to share, to have a reaction, honestly. Because if they go, whoa, then that's going to make you feel self-conscious. So, but it does make it more anxiety-inducing when they don't even just, like, nod along and. That's why people like talking to me is because not react, but like respond. Like I do a lot of gestures and like facial expressions when people are talking to me, and I think people usually find it engaging. Although one person was like clocked me as being autistic for it, and I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, when I was doing that speech, you're reacting a lot, and I was like, and they were like, that's something I do too, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't stop. I didn't even get self-conscious enough about it because I do it automatically. Like, and my professors seem to react really well to it. I think they just like that someone's engaged and not looking at their fucking phones and it's taking notes and shit. Oh, I'm so full. I had one slice of bread and my tummy feels very wobbly, like right now. Yeah, if you have the ability to take care of your mental health, I highly recommend. Highly recommend. It takes a lot of effort though. Oh my god. And I realize I am a very, like, determined person. I got that shonen protagonist determination going on, man. Stubborn as fuck. I think a lot of people would have given up with a lot of things I've done. And sometimes I have to put it down. Sometimes I have to be like, this doesn't make sense. But I am stubborn as a goddamn mule with most things. Full on Undertale, not an Undertale protagonist, no. I don't want to be an Undertale protagonist, I'm good. These headphones are square. I said shonen anime, okay? want to be fighting and training and fighting some more and then training some more, and that's basically me, but with like drawing and like streaming, school, like workaholic to the max, man. I think that's what everyone knows me as, is that person that works really fucking hard. Like, yeah, I'm friendly and I'm sociable, but a lot of it, the time, man, like, if I do get, like, irritable, it's because I'm trying to study and people won't leave me the fuck alone because I'm so popular. that sounds like not an actual problem, right? Like, "Oh, I'm so popular. People won't stop talking to me." But it is because I don't know how to gently, like, say, like, I'm trying to signal, and sometimes people are just, like, a little too autistic to be like, "Oh, I get it. You want me to leave you alone, you know?" And so I'm like, I have to figure out a way to say it nicely, because if I say it when I'm irritable, it's not going to come out nicely, you know? So I need a phrase, I need a script for it so I can be like, actually, I'm about to study. That's understandable what you mean, yeah. I'm really good at making some ride or die friends, I think. Like, I used to think no one liked me when I was a kid, and now I'm just like, bruh, can't get people to leave me alone half the time. Um, And I think the only reason I have confidence at all in my personality and can be friendly is because of streaming. Because I didn't have any before and had none. No confidence to be seen. I don't know if she just wants me to make these, Whoa, I just got tired. I don't know if she wants me to make them, rectangular or circular. Oh, how did I get so tired? Oh, I ate. God damn it. I wonder why I'm tired all of a sudden. That hit me like really fast. Oh my god. Like you ate food. Food makes me tired consistently. Confidence is good. I've learned you can get you really far. Oh man, most people run just on confidence. Like, successful people just be running on confidence and nothing else half the goddamn time. I'm like, okay. Like, they don't know how to do shit. But you know what? They're confident they can figure it out, and I gotta give them that, you know? Gotta give them that. That's a useful skill to just be like, yeah, I'll get it. Like, my history professor was saying he made, he used to work as a mortgage something or the other, and he transferred $160,000 to the wrong bank account, and he figured it out. He got the money back, but when he told his supervisors he got a promotion, he was like, "But I made a huge mistake." But the problem solving aspect of it was what they liked to see, and I was just like, "All right, I see." Like, confidence gets you far. Not panicking and just being able to figure shit out gets you real far. And I think like a lot of people get frustrated when certain people get promotions and stuff, and they think it's like only connections. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's connections, but I think it's also just like charisma, confidence, how you sell it, you know? Like, some people are just good at bullshitting, and sometimes that gets you far. Confidence plus good common sense and intuition make it even better. Oh, those are fun. Those just make you like a really cool person. But I was just saying, people that just run on confidence. Hold on, let me look at these glasses. Okay, they're clear. They're like, kind of like whoosh. They're not very different from what I drew. Yeah, and I just like, I don't know, the person that is like, as he said, that like you don't want to be that person that everyone's like, ugh, when you walk into the room, you know. And I think you can be like really good at something, but if you're that person, no one wants to work with you type shit. And I was like, I guess like, because he was saying that corporations are starting to realize that soft skills are really important. I need to start using that skin stuff again. I'm starting to get bumps in my beard. I don't know if they're pimples or what. little bumps again, so I gotta start using that. What is it called? It starts with an S. Salicylic acid. There we go. Some chemical exfoliants. Yeah, like it, and it doesn't have to do with you being a good person or a bad person. Like some bad people get far. Don't get me wrong. If you step on a bunch of people, you'll get further, faster. But I also just think it's like the soft skills, as you said. Like for most average people that aren't like super far at the top, soft skills very important. And soft skills are like communication and problem solving, critical thinking, all these things that they don't teach you in school anymore, and I don't know if they ever did. My college is actually really big on critical thinking, and I like that. It's very cool that they prioritize that, because I feel like I really struggle with critical thinking. I'm very good at book learning, you know? I do enjoy a good problem to solve. I'm not always the best at it. Sometimes I miss very obvious answers. But I think critical thinking and logical reasoning are very important skills. Like data analysis, I'm pretty good at that too. But those two I think are very important. Or what did I say? Synthesizing information. Like I'm just like you mean like understanding it and like turning it into something else? We have to call that synthesizing information? Alright. It sounds like paraphrasing to me, but alright. I'm not paraphrasing, but you know, like when you're able to explain the thing to another person and utilize the information in other places. I was like, okay, synthesizing. I hate the word because all I think of is synthesizing in Kingdom Hearts. I think there was something that you could synthesize in the metal Moogles. I think that's what it was called, synthesizing. I never understood it as a kid. Rephrasing? No, it's not paraphrasing or rephrasing. Look up synthesizing information. See if there's a different way for me to explain it. I have to go an hour and a half. Collecting facts from various sources, analyzing them for patterns and connections, and then combining those insights with your own critical thinking to form a new cohesive whole. How do I rewrite that? Understanding information from several sources, combining them together in your head, and using them, like applying them, applying learned knowledge. Yeah. Yeah, learning something, understanding it, and applying it. Synthesizing knowledge. I'm like, and it was funny because my my government professor was talking about how people that went to public school and people went to private school, there's like a huge margin of like a change, like a huge difference between like what they've learned and how well they do in school. And I was like, that's just sad, and I see it because like the people I know have gone to public school and they struggle, you know. And then here I am homeschooled and I do great. Because like I got one-on-one tutoring all the time basically. When I did get tutoring and all, then I had to teach myself, but I did alright at that. Except math. Math is rough. Which is why I want to get a head start on statistics, but I couldn't sleep or study. So, we're at a crossroads. Hold on. Let me see if these glasses even look good. It's hard to tell. Looks like they could be liquefied a little bit. The perspective's slightly off. Tell you what, I tell you what, the liquefy tool in Procreate is better than in Clip. The part is fine, I think. I'll leave it for the most part. And if I want to change it later, you know what? We're gonna just fucking change it later. Gotta outline this. Oh no, I'm so sleepy. Depends on the private school. Mine was religious and I learned nothing. Compared to public school, did you, what was I gonna say? Did you fail a lot of college classes? Or not go to college? If you didn't go to college, I can't tell you. Yeah, I've gone to both. Really? Oh yeah. Religious schools are kinda, eh. It depends. It depends so heavily on your area, what the public school is. Yeah, that's the thing. The nicer areas get nicer schools. They have better funding, better not tutoring, better teaching, better programs. It also really depends on that. He was kind of just like saying from what he's seen as a teacher over the I don't know how many years. Hi, Speedwagon. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh god. I don't know why when I'm at home eating makes me feel like I'm pass out. Is back better? Yeah, my back's alright right now. No, I feel like teachers were good, even though the schools were in poor areas. I was also a good student, and the teachers liked, so I was placed into advanced classes in college. Oh, what was I gonna say? A lot of the students here do dual credit, so they get to do college classes at the same time that they're doing their high school classes, and they do pretty well at those. What was it? How do I describe this? Maybe I can't describe it that well because I haven't experienced it. But I know that some of my friends that were like in AP in high school and did the dual credit and all that are still struggling with college classes. You know? And I was like, okay, so there's a discrepancy here somewhere. I don't know what it is. I didn't experience none of that. Any new emotes? No, I kind of want to make some though. I was just thinking I wanted to make some. Oh, I hate being woozy. I hate that happens after I eat for whatever reason. This was a non-dairy item. This was bread and like, you know, like I can't believe it's not butter type shit, but off-brand. Even worse than I can't believe it's not butter. I'm used to eating that from when I was a kid though. Okay. Favorite and get some relax. I don't need to relax, I just kinda have to wait it out. If I lay down now, I probably would fall asleep, but I don't really want to sleep because it's not I'm actually tired. It's I feel like I'm gonna pass out from eating. I'm like, great. I need to talk to the gastroenterologist about that too. I forgot about this. It didn't happen a lot at school, but maybe that's because I move around so much at school. Like, so I forgot. And now I'm just like, oh, because I'm sitting and I'm trying to do some. Did I eat and sit down really at school? I think I did literally one time. But like most of the day, I was just like talking to people, so it's not as noticeable when you're not doing anything. These hands are terrible, but I'm trying my best. This is still like kind of a sketchy stage. We're gonna. I have my delivery is gonna be here in like 4 minutes. Okay, forgot I ordered stuff. I needed toilet paper and energy drinks. Very tempted to have an energy drink right now, but I know I shouldn't. Maybe it's also like my dexterity is going down when I eat. Like, I feel like there's such a huge disconnect. I think I made the hand too thick. Too thicky. Mm. Also, my anxiety is probably so high at school that I don't notice how I'm feeling. Do I have nuts or anything I could eat? That sound good. I have some almonds. Mm. Maybe I should go walk all around for a bit. Damn. Stupid. I wasn't even that hungry. I was just like, I feel a little peckish. Let me have some bread. Mistake. 100% mistake. Alright, let me go walk around a bit. I'll run an ad because it's gonna run in 15 minutes anyway. Get it back.
Ubeotapop just subscribed for 38 months. Good morning. Just popping in on my morning break to say hi, Ye.
Hey, Ube, never mind. I'm not taking a break at this exact moment because Ube is here. I did already run the ad, but Ube is subbed, so it doesn't matter. How you doing, Ube? Ube, how you doing? I already went on my soapbox, getting my breath. I already went on my soapbox about religious trauma, basically. Um, but yeah, I'm feeling a little woozy because I just ate. Um, I just had like a slice of bread, a little bit of fake butter, and bro, I'm gone, man. I'm ready to conk out, and just like, but I don't want to sleep because it's not actually like being tired. It's like this weird thing I'm having after I eat. I get really woozy. Um, I have a gastro thing, like note thing. Oh, oh. I think I finally remember that it's a gastroenterologist. Um, really tired and feeling like I'm gonna pass out after eating even a small meal, a small snack. Snack. What you having for breakfast, Ube? Oh wait, I forgot to show you what I'm working on. Hold on. How do you feel about this controller? I don't know how I feel about the hair right now. Yeah, this is where we're at. Ice caramel latte with soy milk and a cheese Danish. Nice. Soy milk, how is that? Because I was thinking I need to start getting non-dairy lattes, and I was thinking I was going to go with almond, but I don't know if soy would be better. I don't really like the taste of soy milk, but it's like whatever, I guess. I don't know what it's like in a latte really. The times I have asked for a different milk, I think I haven't noticed the difference. I might just go with almond. I'll see what they have, you know? Like, what doth thou recommend? Oh, Ube, I've been trying to learn how to roll my R's for Spanish. Like, I can't do it, but con barril. Oh, my order's arriving, okay. Yennefer, alright. Beware not all sways are equal. Oh no, not all high zero dawn demon. Not all soys are equal. So some soy milk sucks, and then other soy milk's like, alright. The one I had at Starbucks legit tasted like beans and had a texture. Oh, texture. Oh yeah. Oh. Never mind, I don't have therapy because my therapist canceled. I'm kind of sad.
I'm gonna need you to fix your fucking posture, you croissant-looking letter C crescent moon ass scoliosis motherfucker. Fix your spot!
Damn! Oh, hold on. You can't see anything, I just realized, because of the stupid Purif thing. It's way too big. Oh, no, the window's not that big for me, but... Smoosh it, just smoosh. What's I gonna do? I was gonna get my groceries or whatever. Maybe crack open an energy drink if I really hate myself. I don't think I hate myself that much. I was gonna take a nap after therapy, so this kind of fucks up my plans. So, because now there's nothing to stop me from like streaming. They were delivered. Is my medicine with this? It's not my medicine that I need, sadly, because that wasn't like put in for some reason. Oh, I got a measuring cup. Okay, hold on. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. To answer your earlier questions, love the hair. It looks like mine are left and nice. Watch controls good, but they aren't wired anymore, so you don't have to include that if you don't want to. I'll be back to work by the time you're back. Let's have a lovely rest of stream. If you have any other questions, yeah, I will. Moose. Oh my god.
Moosamorse just
64
subscribed for
months.
64 months.
I don't even know how long that is, but that's a really good number. That's a really good number. That's 5 years and 4.25, 5.25. Oh my god, thank you so much, Moose. How are you doing? Stretch a little bit. Oh, my inner thighs are like really tight. Maybe it was the dancing I did yesterday. And in there, just a pause for COVID Monday. No, oh, I'm sorry. Right, they're not wired anymore. I'm so old. Mine is wired actually, because it's a little cheap one. I should like look at someone holding a controller, but do I have the energy for that this exact moment? No. Should also look at someone holding a book. I think I'm just not gonna deal with these right now. And just like do this. Because the hair needs to be broken down. I don't want to. Eating made me feel horrible. So I don't feel good. Like really lethargic. I wonder if I just want to doodle for a second. That might be better. I did work on this for a good bit, but I don't think I timed it at all. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Holy shit. Don't feel like it. Oh, somehow I'd put in an hour and a half on my chapter as well. I don't know if I believe it. uh. Okay. I also haven't showered yet. Ow. Okay, sorry, I was checking social media for a minute. Okay. Why is it so quiet? Hey Ziggy, how are you doing today? Are you gonna get louder? So how loud is it for you guys? It's pretty low. There we go. Imagine it was barely audible at all before. I really could take that nap just now. Probably knock out for an hour or so. I just hate when I don't like feel like I get to control when things happen. I am sad that therapy is not a thing today. She lost her voice. And she thought she'd be better by today, but she's not. I'm like, running out of time. Okay. I guess I'm ending right now. I'll be back later, probably at some point. I don't know. I'm gonna maybe study at a cafe with Chili, so I don't know. But I need to sleep. So there's like, I could raid, or I could just like not. Let me see who's on. Anyone I feel like raiding. That's Noi and Fatmasi and Chiefy. I just want to be bad and end though. I'm so tired suddenly. It's very upsetting how tired I am. So I think I will be bad and just end. But thank you guys for watching. You'll hopefully see me later. I'm not sure, but I need to go get some rest. Alright. Good night. Good night. Goodbye for now.